Peace and wellness, everyone. Welcome to my fitness channel. My name is Monte, and today we'll share a few videos dealing with lifting heavy weights, talking about fasting and how to break a fast, and we'll also talk about my journey. Allow us to check out this brief clip. We have a few more clips from Dr. Mindy Pelz and a few more clips that we'll share, and we'll break those down. Health is your greatest wealth, so we must invest in our greatest resource, which is our health. Allow us to jump in.
We do 20 sets of, because we don't want to bulk up. You're never going to bulk up unless you do it purposely. We must lift as heavy as our bones will let us. So for my people, I've simplified it into, once you have started enough that you feel comfortable moving your body, we must lift 4 sets of our major muscle groups in compound motion. So push, pull with your upper body, bench press, pull, some kind of pull down. And then for the lower body, it's squats and deadlifts. 4 reps, 4 sets in a progressive manner. You can start with 2 pounds, but I want you to progress up. And then for the accessory lifts that support the big compound lifts, like for instance, for my bench press, I support that with biceps, triceps, lats, delts, 8 reps, 4 sets. Okay, that is the basis of lifting heavy.
Again, one of the key components that I want you to take in, especially when we're talking about female lifting and the muscle gain that the female needs in order to keep her body strong and to avoid the downfalls of osteoporosis, etc., which is something that many women, especially as they age into their 50s and 60s, start to experience. And a lot of this is due to the fact that they're not, or they have not lift weights, and they have not built up their body. What she's breaking down right there is a specific style of training that she uses with her clients. I use many modalities in order to bring about the results that I want with my specific clients. So there are more than one way to skin a cat, so to speak. There are many ways to bring about results that you want, but one of the key components is the use of moderate to heavy weight. What she's speaking about in this particular sequence, she's talking about heavy weight to build the strength. So she's only going 4 to 8 reps. When we're building muscle and sculpting muscle, we usually want to use 10 to 15 reps as a barometer for how many reps that we're using, but we want to make sure that by that 15th or that 12th rep that the muscle group that you're working is burning and fatiguing. And again, you can combine many different muscle groups, many different moves, or you can isolate muscle groups. There are a ton of ways to go about training this human organism. And if you follow me on Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday, you'll have workouts that you can follow along that will touch every aspect of training. And it's something that you can do and could be your training regimen for free. All right. So now let's jump into this next video, and we're going to deal with this Dr. Gundy talking about strength. All right. Let's allow him to jump in.
Women who exercise regularly, routinely, kind of from midlife on, have a 90% reduction in Alzheimer's.
Whoa.
And compared to women who don't exercise routinely. And in the women who are going to get Alzheimer's, it's 11 years later than if they didn't exercise. So, I mean, think about that. If we had a drug that had a 90% reduction in Alzheimer's, how much would we pay for that? You and I would be popping that every day. We wouldn't have $40 billion wasted on amyloid drugs. But it's available by housework, by gardening, by getting a dog and walking it twice a day.
Okay, that's interesting.
That's a powerful statement. And again, another key component, another key aspect that you and I may not understand when it comes to resistance training. And we're speaking specifically to the women, but that's in general to men as well. But specifically speaking to women's health, we're talking about a 90% reduction in Alzheimer's. We're talking about being able to build a strong body that includes building and protecting the brain. Exercise has a profound effect on the brain. Weightlifting, resistance training with heavy weight has an even more profound effect, beneficial effect on the brain. And we must tap in to all these things that we can benefit from. All right. So allow us to pause, and she's going to break down fasting and how to break your fast. And I'll come in and comment on that. All right. So let's allow her to jump in.
And how you break your fast matters. So when you are in a fasted state, you are accelerating, you're in this fat burning system, you're in this ketogenic energy system, you've turned on these healing mechanisms. Now, what you do after that will either keep those healing mechanisms going or shut them off. So I was actually asked this question recently, like, what if somebody's eating the standard American diet and they fast? Are they still healing? And the answer is yes. Actually, they're still healing. I see fasting as an incredible tool for ending chronic disease that has been built.
So allow me to interject real quick. It's not recommended that you continue to eat the standard Western diet if you truly want to heal the human organism. However, with what she's saying is there is some truth to that, but that's not the route that you want to take. You want to modify that standard Western diet, meaning all those, the fast food, all the sugar, all the carbs and all that stuff. You want to modify that and adjust that and start to eat a more healthier diet in order to truly bring about the results that you want, truly bring about the health that you want. Again, it is some truth to what she's saying, but she's actually just accommodating some of those individuals who initially are not willing to start to wean themselves off the standard Western diet. Allow her to continue.
Built off the standard American diet. But if you want to do even better than that, why don't you break your fast with some strategic things? And there are 4 ways I like to break my fast. And I'm going to talk about each 4, and I'll talk about which one you would want to use for accelerating weight loss. So my first favorite way to break a fast, you guys have followed me and know autophagy fasting. I love breaking a fast with fat, is it kills the hunger hormone. So it'll shut off the hunger hormone. So when you hit that moment, let's say you say, I'm going to go 17 hours to fast. Okay, it's 17 hours, I'm hungry. To prevent that boomerang that can happen where you just start shoveling food in your mouth, you say, okay, I'm going to eat fat first, and then I'm going to wait an hour before I eat anything else. If you do that little trick, you're going to find within an hour you're not going to want to eat what you thought you might want to eat. That immediate desire to boomerang will go away. So what does fat look like? And this is really the hardest thing because we need more good little fat tricks. And in fact, if you guys have one, put it in the comments because we're a community here on YouTube and I want to make sure that you're getting resources from everybody. So some of my favorite, of course, MCT oil. We do this in the morning, and this is the thing about fat. It doesn't necessarily pull you out of a fasted state, but it moves you deeper into this ketogenic energy system and will kill the hunger hormone. So if you're going to do a smoothie, maybe you're going to do a smoothie with some like raw kefir, and maybe you put some blueberries in it, which I'll explain why you would want to use that. Fill that up with MCT oil so that you can make sure that you're killing the hunger hormone. The other trick is you can do like some of the seed oils. So go check out Andrea's seed oils. We'll put a link in the notes. They have some incredible high quality seed oils that taste really good. For breaking fasts, I like the 5 seed oil because it's really yummy and it has all their oils. So sometimes I'll just put it on a tablespoon.
So we'll pause it right here. And if you want to get that video, I'll leave the link in the description. But at the end of the day, guys, fasting is a powerful tool to help the body to reset itself, to help the body to detox itself, and to help the body lower insulin naturally and to raise HGH, human growth hormone, which is beneficial for the regrowth of the cellular functioning of the body and the building of tissues, muscle tissue, etc. So again, what you want to focus in on is this, and I'll cap this off right here at the end. When you are fasting, you want to make sure that you understand and read your body. All right. So if it's initial for you and you're starting to feel super fatigued and or dizzy, then you want to eat something. But one of the key components that you can utilize is to start out with a 12-hour fast, meaning stop eating at 8 p.m. at night, start back eating at 8 a.m. in the morning. That's a shorter fast, but that starts to get your body or prep your body for longer fasting. And then each week or the next day, bump it up an hour to 13, etc. Again, you want to break your fast with fat, according to her. But also you can break your fast, or you can, during your fast, what you can do in order to not waste muscle if you're going to work out, because I highly recommend that you work out in a fasted state. I highly recommend using perfect amino acids, meaning you could take that first thing in the morning and you still be in a fasted state, meaning it doesn't break your fast, but it feeds the muscles that which the muscles need in order to maintain itself and not be wasted doing your workout in a fasted state. Or you could take it 1 hour before you start your workout. And then after your workout, you can break that fast with fat, avocado, MCT oil, or you can use some of the chicken broth and other things of that nature in order to break the fast. Or you could break your fast with avocado and eggs. You want the yolk as well. Avocados and eggs, and all these things right here are little tweaks that you can use in order to break your fast and give yourself the best chance of burning fat, or the best chance of allowing that glucose level to raise slowly instead of spiking it when you jump right into carbs and things of that nature, or heavy sweets. All right. So again, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I have videos that cover specific trainings. You'll have a workout for Monday, a workout for Wednesday, a workout for Friday. There'll be different workouts. They'll be working different muscle groups. I already dropped one earlier for yesterday, so go back in and check that out. It's a week 1 workout 1. Then tomorrow's week 1 workout 2. All right. Again, if you like the information that I'm giving on this channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if you're into politics and any of the social happenings of America, I have a political channel that is titled Monte_Reid. Then you can go there. I am independent thinker. I'm not an independent. I'm an independent thinker, so I'm unaffiliated with any of the political parties and those card-carrying members of the Republican Party, i.e. conservative, liberal, Democratic Party, i.e. the liberals, etc. I don't align with any of that. I'm an independent thinker, and if any information that comes to me from any side that I see is the truth, I have no problem recognizing it as the truth. And if I see it's falsehood, I have no problem recognizing it as falsehood. But that's another channel. On this channel, we're focusing on your health. All right. Have a beautiful day. Peace and always love. Peace.